I rise to second the motion as moved by my very good friend, Dr. Patrick Umo. I so second. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there any amendment to that? Yes, please. Engineer Akarachi.
Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I remain Right Honorable Engineer Akarachi Orishema Tosa Etiosa Amadi. I represent the good people of Mbituli Kedu Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker, I'm from Imo State. I rise to amend the motion moved by my brother and friend, precisely amending prayer 3 to delete FEMA from prayer 3. I so amend, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Can you second to this amendment? Yes. The governor we didn't have.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker, Eyamba, and the Oruname Officer Committee. Distinguished colleagues, I remain Anameru Dekeri, representing the good people of Nigeria, starting from Mesako Federal Constituency. I rise to second the amendment as it being moved by my colleague. I so second. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Those in support of the motion as amended say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to Committee on Works and Legislative Compliance. Distinguished colleagues, the first business of the day is presentation of 10 bills. I now invite the clerk to read the short title of these bills. Clerk, please.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2025, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2025, first reading. Federal University of Education Zaria Establishment Bill 2025, first reading. Treaty Making Procedure ETC Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2025, first reading. Yusuf Maitama Sule Federal University of Education Kano Establishment Bill 2025, first reading. Alvan Ikoku Federal University of Education Imo Establishment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal College of Livestock Development, Kusada, Kazina State Establishment Bill 2025, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2025, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2025, first reading.
Thank you very much, Clerk. Most distinguished colleagues, the first order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish Federal University, Okigwe, Imo State, to make comprehensive provisions for its due management, administration, and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihonvere. The members will recall that the bill was transmitted by the Senate, seeking concurrence of the House of Representatives. The bill was read the first time on Thursday, 13th March, 2025. And I invite the House Leader to move that the bill be now read the second time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker and Professor Julius Ihonvere, Owa Federal Constituency, Edo State. I rise to move that a bill for an act to establish Federal University Okigwe, Imo State, to make comprehensive provisions for its due management, administration, and for related matters, SB 396, be read the second time. I so move.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion for the second reading of the bill SB 396. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Leader, do you have anything to say? You are invited to lead the debate. If there's anything to say. It's an establishment bill. You can tell me nothing to say, sir.
So there is nothing to say really than to say that
You know, it has to do with education. Anything education, you always have something to say.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. Federal University of Okigwe, as you all know, is to provide an environment, an institution that will provide opportunity for learning, for innovation, for creativity, for the exploration of unknown territories and the dialectics of generating ideas and applying them to specific areas of society that may be badly in need. We need more universities. I listened to news yesterday, and we say we have too many universities. That's not exactly true. We need more to address the developmental needs of this country, and Imo State in particular, where I happen to have served as a youth corps, needs this institution to move forward. Thank you
very much. Honorable colleagues, the question is that the bill be now read the second time. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The clerk is invited to read the long title of the bill.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to establish Federal University of Okigwe, Imo State, to make comprehensive provision for its due management, administration, and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to Committee of the Whole. Second order of the day is commencement of debate. The general principles of a bill for an act to establish the Nigerian Institute of Mining and Geosciences, GARACO, to provide courses of instruction, training, and research in the exploration and exploitation of minerals for national development and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Jonathan Befi Gaza, members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 20th February 2025. And I invite Honorable Gaza to move that the bill be now read the second time. Honorable Gaza.
Right Honorable Speaker, my esteemed colleagues, my name is Gaza Jonathan Befi, and once again I rise, but this time to move a motion for the establishment, for a bill for the establishment of the Nigerian Institute of Mining and Geosciences, GARACO, to provide for courses of instruction, training, and research in the exploration and exploitation of mineral resources for national development and for related matters. Honorable colleagues, Right Honorable Speaker, I so move.
Thank you. Any seconder? All the way back, yes.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I'm Right Honorable Marcus Onobu. I represent the resplendent people of Esan West, Esan Central, and Igwebe Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to second the motion as ably moved.
Thank you. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The floor is yours to lead the debate. Make it as brief as possible. It's an establishment bill. I don't think you have any much.
It's quite straightforward, just as you said, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
But just to lay emphasis, we're moving towards mining. And with the number of artisanal miners we have, we need to have institutions that can at least sharpen their skills to bring about best practices in mining. So that's just a synopsis of the whole bill.
Thank you very much. So I just put the question. Those in support of this motion that will be read the second time say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The clerk is invited to read the long title of the bill.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to establish Nigerian Institute of Mining and Geosciences, GARACO, to provide courses of instruction, training, and research in the exploration and exploitation of minerals for national development and for related matters. Second reading.
Bill is now referred to Committee on Solid Mineral Development. Next time we get somebody else to move this bill, because you're the chairman of that committee, next time somebody should move this kind of bill so that it will be referred to you. The third order of the day is commencement of debate on general principle of the constitutional alteration bills, and I invite Chairman Committee on Rules and Business to move that the House suspend Order 8, Rule 7, Sub 2 of the Standing Orders of the House of Representatives. The noble debate on the constitutional alteration bills be taken simultaneously. Chairman rules.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Francis A. Joragana, YFS, my name. I represent the entire people of Uwele North, Uwele South, and Udu. From Delta State. I rise to move that the House do suspend Order 8, Rule 7.2 of the Standing Orders of the House of Representatives to enable debate on the constitutional alteration bills such that they be taken simultaneously. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Any seconder? Yes, please. Chairman works.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I'm Honorable Akin Alabi. I represent the good people of Egbeda on our federal constituency. I'm from Oyo State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion ably moved by the Chairman, Rules and Business. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Leader, can you move that the bills be read the second time, all the constitutional bills, just like you did yesterday?
Thank you.
Mentioning the House bill number as well as the sponsors' names.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Professor Julius Ihovere, Owo Federal Constituency, Edo State. I rise to move that the following bills went to 44 be read the second time. These include HB, that's 3 to 44. HBs 200, 1310, 1446, and 1546. Honorables Abbas Tajuddin, OK Chinda, Gaza Jonathan Bafi, Ikegono Onyinye Ugochinyere.
That is what I want you to do, leader.
Yes.
I don't know if it's appearing the same way on your paper.
No.
You can see the constitutional amendment provisions classified under subheads. Like the one you are mentioning now falls under devolution of power.
Okay.
So these are the constitutional amendment falling under devolution of power. HB sponsored by and then we go to strengthening of institutions. Constitutional amendment bordering on constitution of institutions, that follows state creation, traditional institution, so that we know where we are living. Thank you, leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The first one I just read is under devolution of powers. HB is 1411, 1403, and 1918. Honorables Babajimi Benson and Mukta Chawai. HB 1406, Honorable Babajimi Benson. HB 1431, Honorable Ikegonu Ugochinyere. HB 2060, Honorable Benjamin Okezekalu and Mohammed Mukhtar. HB 1412, Honorable Babajimi Benson. HB 1543, Honorables Abbas Tajuddin and Marcos Onobu. HB 1512, Ikegonu Onyinye Ugochinyere and 33 others. Strengthening of institutions. HB 188, Honorable Seidu Musa Abdullahi. HB 770, Honorable Lawali Raji. HB 1141, Honorable Mansour Manusoro. HB 1144, Honorable Mansour Manusoro. HB 1664, Honorable Solomon T. Bob. HB 1694, Honorable Mansour Manusoro and one other. HB 1697, Honorable Mansour Manusoro and one other. HB 2061, Honorable Benjamin Okezekalu, and 6 others. State creation. HB 1098, Honorable Oluwole Oke. HB 1308, Honorable Gali Mustafa Tijani. HB 1430, Honorable Ikegwonu Igochinyere. HB 1998, Honorable George Ozodinobi. Traditional institutions. HBs 203 and 71, Honorable Ikegwonu Igochinyere and Honorable Abdullahi Al-Mustafa Aliu. Citizenship. HBs 1195 and 1422, Honorable Daniel Asamal Ago and Honorable Kafila Tobara. HB 2057, Honorable Benjamin Okezekalu and 6 others. HB 2059, Honorable Benjamin Okezekalu and 6 others. Fundamental rights and objectives. HB 2120, Benjamin Okezekalu and 6 others. HB 1194, Honorable Daniel Asama Ago. HB 1517, Honorable Obinna Agocha. And HBs 1661 and 1206, Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, Honorable Mark Husseini, and Daniel Asama Ago. Local government. HB 1314, Honorable Benedict Etanabene. HB 1482, Honorable Abbas Adigu. HB 1522, Honorable Obulum Ipong Ete. HB 1523, Honorable Obulum Ipong Ete. HB 1669, Honorable Eugene Okechukwu. HB 1524, Honorable Amobi Godwin Oga. HB 1498, Honorable James Abiodun Falike, Honorable Babajimi Benson, Honorable Etinan Badru, and 19 others. HB 1614, Honorable Amos Magaji Gwamna. HB 1680, Honorable O.K. Chinda. HB 2028, Honorable Olufemi Richard Bamisile. HB 2121, Honorable Benjamin Okezekalu and 6 others. HB 1999, Honorable George Ibezimako Ozodinobi. HB 1215, Honorable Solomon T. Bob, and HB 2100, Honorable Harrison Anazike Umadike. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion for the second reading of the said bills as listed in the House Order Paper items 3 to 44. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The clerk is invited to read the long titles of these bills.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to decentralize the governance of natural resources in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, transfer mines and minerals, including oil fields, oil mining, geological surveys, and natural gas from the executive legislative list to the concurrent legislative list, and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the second schedule to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to rename and transfer fingerprints, identification and criminal records in Part 1, exclusive legislative list, to Part 2, concurrent legislative list, and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the concurrent legislative list of the second schedule to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, to insert a new paragraph which provides for road, toll, and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, to move construction of roads other than Trunk A, federal roads, concurrent legislative list, and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, to provide for the inclusion of tourism and tourism-related matters on the concurrent legislative list and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, to insert a new item in the executive legislative list with respect to piracies and crimes committed on the high seas and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the second schedule to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, transfer quarantine from the exclusive legislative list to the concurrent legislative list and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, to move water for domestic, commercial, industrial, irrigation, power, and other uses to the concurrent legislative list to allow state government put to sustainable use water within their state, make provision for state government to access mines in their states, provide for the financial autonomy of local government councils by prescribing an independent consolidated local government council account and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, to increase the number of members of the Federal Civil Service Commission to provide for each state of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, the opportunity of one-person representation and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, to mandate all government statutory corporations, commissions, authorities, agencies, including all persons, bodies established by law, to submit the yearly financial statement to the Auditor General within a specified period and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, to strengthen transparency and compliance to the principles of federal character and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, to provide for the public disclosure of reports of the Auditor General of the Federation and for Auditor General of a state and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, to qualify immunity conferred on the President, remove the immunity conferred on the Vice President, the governors, and their deputies in order to curb corruption, eradicate impunity, and enhance accountability in public office and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, to specify the period for the laying of annual budget estimates before the National and State Houses of Assembly and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, to separate the offices of the Attorney General of the Federation, Attorney General of the State, from the offices of the Minister of Justice of the Federal Government and Commissioner for Justice of the Government of a State and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, to provide for the establishment of the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation and the Office of the Accountant General of the Federal Government and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended by amending Part 1 of the first schedule and creating additional 3 states, Oki-Ogun State, Ijebu State, and Ife, Ijesa State, and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to make provision for the creation of Tiga State from the present Kano State with headquarters in Rano and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to create a new state in the southeastern region of Nigeria known as Olu State and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to create an additional state in the southeast region of Nigeria carved from the existing 5 states to be known as Etiti State with capital at Okigwe and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to establish and provide roles for traditional rulers in Nigeria and provide for the recognition of the advisory law of traditional rulers in the Constitution and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to grant citizenship rights to spouses of women from Nigeria, specify the minimum number of youths and women that may be appointed into specific offices and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to guarantee indigent status to persons by reason of death or continued residence for a period not less than 10 years or by reason of marriage and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to include citizenship by investment as one of the classes of citizenship in Nigeria, provide for the acquisition of Nigerian citizenship by qualified foreign investors who meet specified investment thresholds and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to review the penalties for certain capital offenses in alignment with relevant international best practices and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 by defining acts that constitute torture, inhuman and degrading treatment and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to provide additional restrictions and derogations from fundamental rights and additional conditions for the proclamation of state of emergency by the President and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to make free, compulsory and universal basic education a fundamental right of all citizens under Chapter 4 of the Constitution and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to substitute the names of Ope and Sapele with Ope East and Ope West, respectively under Part 1, First Schedule of the Constitution and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter Part 1 of the First Schedule to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to reflect the proper name of Ibadan, Northeast Local Government Area of Oyo State and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to change the names of Eket and Esit Eket in Part 1 of the First Schedule and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to change the name of Ibeno in Part 1 of the First Schedule and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to provide for stronger measures and checks for the sustenance of the autonomy of the local government system in Nigeria and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to provide for the creation of Uturu Chize local government area in Abia State and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to accommodate the 37 development area councils of Lagos State as full-fledged local government areas, increasing the total number of local government areas in Lagos State to 57 and the total number of local government areas in the Federation to 811 and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the first schedule to Section 3 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to reflect the proper name of Jaba local government area of Kaduna State and for related
Chairman will please approach the chair.
Second reading. A bill for an act to alter Section 162, subsection 5 and 6 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to change the name of the local government from Ayekiri local government area to Ayediri local government area, Ekiti State, and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to review the framework for local government administration, establish a robust legal regime to strengthen administrative efficiency, promote transparency, accountability, and deepen democratic practices at the local government level and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to create Anocha North, Anocha South, and the Njikoka Dulukofia local government from the present Njikoka, Anocha, Dulukofia local government within Anambra State and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to remove local government as a tier of government constitutionally recognized and funded by the federal government and to vest their creation, funding in the state government and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to give effect to the creation of additional local government councils in Imo State and for related matters. Second reading.
Thank you very much. Clerk, these bills are referred to Committee on Constitution Review. The fourth order of the day is a motion on recommittal of the Police Training Institutions Bill 2025, standing in the name of Honorable Francis Ejiro River. Honorable River is invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Francis Ejiro River is my name, and I represent the entire people of Uhele North, Uhele South, and Udu. I'm from Delta State. I rise to move a motion for the recommittal of the Police Training Institutions Bill 2025. The House recalls that the Police Training Institutions Establishment Bill 2025 was passed by the National Assembly and forwarded to the Clerk of the National Assembly for further legislative action. The House observes that the Directorate of Legal Services scrutinized the bill in line with its mandate and raised fundamental issues needed to be addressed before the bills could be transmitted to the President for assent. The House knows that the observation of the Legal Directorate is based on the inclusion of the Nigerian Police University of Science and Technology among the police training institutes, which should be through a substantive bill. Aware that the clauses establishing the Nigerian Police University of Science and Technology has been separated from the Police Training Institutions Bill 2025, thus making it a substantive bill of its own, the House resolves to commit the Police Training Institutions Establishment Bill 2025 to the Committee of the Whole for consideration and passage. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable, please second. Second.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, my name is Right. Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the motion moved by Honorable Waife for recommittal of the Police Training Institute. I say second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This bill is recommitted to the Committee of the Whole. The fifth order of the day is consideration of 5 bills, standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihonvere, House Leader. House Leader will move for their consideration. House Leader, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I rise to move for the consideration of the following reports: SB 297, SB 675, SB 691, SB 396, and SB 470. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion for consideration of 5 bills listed as items 46 to 50 in the order of the day, and to also note that these bills are all Senate bills. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The sixth order of the day is consideration of the reports of the Committee on Health Institutions, the bill for an act to establish National Institute for Cardiovascular Disease Research and Treatment, KANU State, to provide treatment and research for cardiovascular cases and for related matters. All members record that the report was laid on Wednesday, 11 December 2024. Honorable Patrick Umar will move for his consideration.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Right Honourable Speaker. My name is Dr. Patrick Umar. I represent the entire people of Ikoro-Ekpene, Esienudem Oborokara Federal Constituency. I am Ntanta Ofiong Oborokara the First. The Speaker, esteemed colleagues, I rise to move that the House do consider the report of the Committee on Health Institutions on a bill for an act to establish National Institute for Cardiovascular Disease Research and Treatment, KANU State, to provide treatment and research for cardiovascular cases and for related matters listed as HB 863 and approve recommendations therein. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Spokesperson.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Akitune Rotimi Jr., I represent the good people of Ekiti North 1 Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion ably moved by Rep. Professor Patrick Umar, who has just taken a new chieftaincy title in his village. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Before I ask the leader to move that we resolve into Committee of the Whole, let me use this opportunity to thank the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for assenting to the South-South Development Commission bill as well as the Southwest Development Commission bill. I'm one of the advocates for these development commissions, one of the disciples for these development commissions. I say so because there's no mechanism is too much to trickle down the development, the gains of democracy to the grassroots. I'm sure that with the Development Commission, the impact of this administration in its effort to leave the mandate of the Renewed Hope agenda will be felt by the grassroots. I thank Mr. President for completing it in the entire geopolitical zones of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I am not from Southwest, neither am I from South-South, but what is worth doing is worth doing. So we really commend Mr. President for balancing this in the spirit of equity that all of us will now have development commissions that will be held responsible for the development of our area. Once again, thank you, Mr. President, on behalf of the Parliament. It's a very important bill that you just assented to. Thank you. I ask the leader to move that the House will resolve into committee of the whole to consider all this report. Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that the House will resolve to committee of the whole to consider the reports listed in the other paper. I so move.
Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion that the House do resolve into committee of the whole. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The House hereby resolve into committee of the whole to consider report. Most distinguished colleagues, you are welcome to the Committee of the Whole, where the Speaker sits as the chairman of the committee. The first bill to be considered is for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act CAB 1A12, Laws of Federation of Nigeria as amended, 2004 as amended, to make provisions for establishment of Federal College of Agriculture and Animal Husbandry, Talese, Gombe State, and for related matters. I invite the leader to give the synopsis of the bill in a minute. Leader, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a Senate bill, SB 297, establishment of Federal College of Agriculture and Animal Husbandry. We have just set up a Ministry of Animal Husbandry, so I think having an institution to promote research, training, promote new technologies and new ideas, and the husbandry into separate areas, whether for food, sport, pleasure, or business, is critical. This has become a critical area in generation of forests for nations. I recommend it to my colleagues. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, honorable colleagues. Just three clauses, the schedule and explanatory memorandum. Give me a long title. Clause 1, Clause 2, Clause 3, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, the long title. The second bill to be considered is for an act to amend the Federal University of Agriculture Act, CAB F22, Laws of Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to make provision for the establishment of Federal University of Agriculture, Okeho, Oyo State, and for related matters. I invite the leader again. 1 minute synopsis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is again another Senate bill, SB 720, and it's for the establishment of Federal University of Agriculture, Okeho, in Oyo State. Well, I know this territory very well. It's a very fertile, nice area. If one former president has a huge teak farm there, which is doing very well. So I think having a federal university in an area where there are already so many practicing farmers is a good idea. But more importantly, it would add to the body of knowledge and research and training and function of expanding the agricultural sector. I recommend it that we support it.
Thank you. Again, it's three clauses, schedule, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Clause 1, Clause 2, Clause 3, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, the long title of the bill. The third bill to be considered is for an act to establish the Federal University of Science and Technology, Kano State, to make provision for its due management and administration. as well as for related matters. I invite the leader again. 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Another Senate bill, no, this is HB, House Bill, HB 868, for the establishment of Institute for Cardiovascular Disease Research and Treatment. Well, Mr. Chairman, there's not much to be said here. This is very, very critical. It's of national importance. We don't have enough that are equipped. So this will simply contribute to the diagnosis and treatment of cardiovascular diseases, and our hospitals are not doing very well there. I recommend it, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. Now, we have clauses 1 to 31. We have the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. We have 48.
That's 49. 48 is 1 to 31, is correct.
1
to 131. 1 to 31, yes.
We are dealing with 48. 48 on the other paper. Science and Technology, Cabo. So clauses 1 to 31. So it's clauses 1 to 31, the short explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. So we're going to start from clause 1.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, what's the point of order?
My name is Patrick Omo. Your Excellency, some of us don't have copies of what is going on, and we are at sea as to what...
Second time, can you give them this report?
In fact, 30% of members don't have what we are working on now, and this is not too good for us.
How many of you have these reports? Please raise it up. So probably you are not here when they are shared, so they will give you a copy. Quickly get a copy from second time. So let's continue. Clause 1.
Clause 1. Clause 1.
What?
Clause 1.
Clause 1? Yes, let's hear you.
Clause 1, 3, sub 3. The university shall be a training institution for the development of e-science and technology in the country. I will amend it by removing E.
Say that again.
I want to amend clause 1, sub 3 by removing E before science. To read, the university shall be a training institution for the development of science and technology in the country. That covers e-science.
Yeah. I agree. There's an amendment to 3. So clause 1 as amended. Clause 2. Because I said no more carry again. We are going to be going through them one after the other. Yes. So that if there's anything, we pick it up. Clause 2?
2A.
Clause 2?
2A.
Yes.
Clause 2A, sir. I'm a little bit taken aback. 2A says, the objective of the university shall be to encourage the advancement of learning in science and technology and all related disciplines.
Is it object of the university or objective of the university?
Well, objective or object, but my concern is after all disciplines. And to hold out to all persons without discrimination on race, creed, sex, or political conviction. I don't think it is necessary in the law establishing an institution. So I want to amend it by deleting from and to hold out to all persons without discrimination on race, creed, sex, or political conviction.
Any second to that amendment?
Mr. Chairman, you know, every society documents what is relevant to their existential realities, and the time comes when you do away with them. At this moment in this country, I think that is very important. I don't want to go into details. There are institutions in this country established in...
I can hardly hear you. Speak into the mic, sir.
I'm saying that this is critical because it
you know, you are very tall.
is a value-free environment for studies, that whether you are physically challenged or not, you are male, female.
So are you seconding or
I'm not seconding you, I'm opposing.
you're opposing this amendment? But if they are using not this element, discrimination on race, creed, sex, political conviction, why is religion not there? If you are saying it's necessary. Yes, please.
I think it's, Lawan Shetima Ali, representing Bursari Dairy Federal Constituency, I'm from UBSSA. Minority leaders' observations were in line, but for the clause should stop at discriminations, removing all issue of race, sex, or political conviction. So if we stop at the discrimination, it cuts across every kind of discrimination we are talking of, whether in disability, being race, indigeneousship, or whatever.
So what is the amendment you are proposing?
So what I'm suggesting is encourage the advancement of learning in science and technology and all related disciplines, and to hold out to all persons without discrimination. Full stop.
That is good.
That is it.
For me, that sounds sound.
Thank you, sir.
Any seconder to this? Yes. You are seconding it? Yes.
Yes, Chairman, I beg to second that the amendment should be held. Thank you.
Without any discrimination. So, two as amended carried? 3 plus 3. Plus 3. Plus 3 carried. Plus 4. Yes, 6, please. Honorable Sada.
6D, Mr. Chairman. 6D, if we look at 6D, it's
Honorable Sada is looking at 6B.
6D.
Honorable Ibe Osonwa. Honorable Ibe Osonwa, you don't back the gavel. Don't turn your back.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
We are handling 6 now on the report. Clause 6. 6D.
6D, Mr. Chairman. I think it's two, where you put the permanent secretary, then you put the federal minister of education. I think it should be a representative of the Ministry of Education. Just to remove all those, the permanent secretary.
Yeah, I think I agree with you.
Yes.
Because how many institutions would the permanent secretary be involved in?
Just a representative from the ministry responsible for education, or representative of the Ministry of Education.
Yeah, the amendment is that we remove permanent secretary and make it representative from the Ministry of Education.
Yes.
Anybody countering it? Communicator, you have anything against that? It's always good during consideration of report that we move forward so that we'll be hearing each other, see each other closely.
The Honorable Speaker, dear colleagues, my conclusion with that is that it's always good to put the permanent secretary or his representative. So it's all, because somebody must designate who to come. So if you say a representative, who nominates that representative? So is the permanent secretary or his nominee? Thank you.
Yeah, but that is what that D is saying, actually. The D is saying permanent secretary or his absent, one person from the federal ministry responsible for education. They represent.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, why did I?
Not lesser than director.
How about the representative of the minister, not lower than a director?
Mr. Chairman, why did I? Let me give the rationale why I said this. I have 2 bills here establishing a university. I think we should be consistent in the composition of the councils when we are drafting these bills, so that will not be.
Actually, there should be a template.
Yes.
for establishment
Here we have not yet there, or if Quigwe is talking about the representative of the Federal Minister of Education. And here we're talking about the minister, the permanent secretary, and even it's so clumsy that he's talking about his or her. I think we should be consistent in our drafting, particularly establishment laws, because generally our copy and paste.
But do you also agree that we can't just send anybody from the Federal Ministry of Education? There are some people who are, because you see now that a PAMSEC or a minister may not like the face of the high-ranking officers, and will go down the cadre and pick somebody and go and represent, just to spite them.
Mr. Chairman,
so how do we cure that mischief?
Mr. Chairman, it's a standard regulation. They know.
I can't hear.
It's a standard regulation. They know people that represent ministries to councils, they are not below the directors. Usually our directors...
What are we losing if we say a director?
We can say a representative of the Ministry of Education, not below a director.
Below the office of a director, not below.
No. I think it's fine.
I think we are not losing anything if we do that. Is anybody having anything against that? No, okay. So, 6 as amended, carried?
Amendment, Chair.
Okay, Sada, put the amendment properly. You don't have advisory, they just want you to be specific.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we delete the entire D and insert a representative of the Ministry of Education not below the rank of a director. I so move, Mr. Chairman.
Good. Seconded by Shetima. Okay, by Zana Zanana. Thank you very much. So number 6 as carried, clause 6 as carried, as amended.
Correction, Mr. Chairman.
6D as amended.
Yeah, correction still.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman,
Is it still on 6D?
Yes. After D, no, before D.
4.
Yes, 6.
We are on 6 now.
Yes. After C, there's supposed to be the registrar, who is supposed to be the secretary of the council. This clause is silent on the role of the registrar, who is supposed to be the secretary of the council.
So where did you see that?
I'm telling you, this is what the...
So you want to put E?
Yes. The registrar is supposed to be the secretary of the council, and this clause is silent on the role of the registrar.
Extend this to I.
Not to be hedged.
After H, then I, because you have added a clause, a sub-clause.
Well, if you put it here, everything will be amended. So you're asking us to put I?
Yes.
And make the registrar the secretary of council?
Yes, council, yeah.
Any seconder to that? Any seconder to that? Yes.
My name is Patrick Umar. I represent the the member of Karafido constituency. I'm from Akwa Ibom State. I rise to second the motion that the registrar be made the secretary of council. I so second.
All right. So which means now that what we have there now will be now 6I. Or do you want us to make it 6E and then edit the other ones? I think it should be 6I. Still on this?
Getting worried because this is a Senate bill, and we seem to be recrafting.
It's what?
And it's a Senate bill in the first place.
Even if it's a Senate bill,
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, in the second place, we are at the point of clause by clause consideration, but we are now introducing new material What I thought we should be doing at this point is to rather clean up.
No. It's part of the cleaning.
Otherwise, we'll be writing a new law to
No, we are not writing it.
at consideration.
Please, Chairman, sit. We are not writing a new law. What we are doing is what Committee of Whole supposed to do. This is the kitchen.
Yeah, I quite agree with that, except that we should not rewrite a new thing.
We are not rewriting.
We only correct what has
Please,
come
can you
out.
have your seat? Can you have your seat?
No, this,
Can you have your seat? The work of the Committee of the Whole is not copy and paste. The work of the Committee of the Whole is not copy and paste. Our work is to look at everything. Clause by clause consideration means looking at every punctuation, every alphabet, everything there. And if we notice there is something missing, we add it. If you notice that something is superfluous or ambiguous, we clean it. That is what is called consideration. So if there is a template for an establishment that has run for quite a long time, in other establishment, and then that particular element is missing, maybe through an oversight by them, we include it. All we have to do is that we go back to them. This is what the House of Rep is saying on the consideration. So let them fix their own. Yes.
I'm a bit concerned about the recommendation of my elder brother, Fulatan.
Yes.
Because it's not consistent with most of the establishment laws that we have made, where the registrar is made as a member of the council.
That was why I asked him the question, is that the template?
Registrar by most university laws, he is the council secretary. It is here in this law. It is here on page 29. We are not yet there, where the functions of the registrar. The registrar shall, in addition to the other duties conferred on him by or under this bill, be the secretary to the council. So it's already known.
So Honorable Fulava, maybe because they have not gotten to 29, that was why I didn't see this one.
Yes.
So let's take it that it has already been catered to.
It is here. It's part of the responsibilities of the registrar. So it shouldn't have been a member of the council.
Do you understand? But even if it is not expressly mentioned under this clause 6, that the responsibility of the registrar as the secretary of the council has already been addressed.
Yes. It's automatically the council.
Are you okay with that explanation?
Yeah, okay. If this one,
It's here.
your mic.
Yes.
Chairman, if this concern has been addressed under
another clause, then my submission, can withdraw my submission. But I want starters to know that there is no law that is sui generis to all universities.
There is no
what? Sui generis.
Yeah, sui generis, yes. Thank you. So, 6 as amended. Is he going to speak on the 6?
Yes, 6, sir. Amendment.
On the 6? Okay. On the 6?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dennis Amborula, member representing Gwadaba Ilela. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, I'm from Sokoto State. Mr. Chairman, I've been raising my hand on the amendment made on item D. The suggestion made to remove this word, the permanent secretary. As we are well aware, the position of permanent secretary in the ministry is the nerve center and chief administrative officer of any ministry and its president.
Please, I don't understand. Is it the one we have already done?
I have been raising my hand, sir.
Is it the one we have done that we say the director, not below the office of the director?
No, I want that position of permanent secretary should be retained. Some people say the permanent secretary should be removed. Let us maintain the permanent secretary or the person not below the rank of director. I agree with that. That is my submission.
Chairman, the rationale behind this is there's only one permanent secretary, and we have 70 universities under the Federal Ministry of Education. The law is well organized why the drafting was made like that. The permanent secretary can't be in 70 places. So in an event, there are 5 councils having a sitting of the university. What would the permanent secretary do? That was the whole idea of saying a representative of the ministry to represent the ministry on the council, but not below the director level. I think that's the whole.
I think what he's asking is, let it be permanent secretary or a representative not below the office of a director. That's what they're asking for. He's saying, let it be permanent secretary or a director not below the office of, or a representative not below the office of a director.
Mr. Chairman, well, it's another good idea, but we should make it flexible. We should make the whole process flexible. It's drafting. You can make it the way you want, but you should not constrict your drafting.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Chairman.
On what Honorable Sada Soli had brought our attention. When we bring in new ideas into a clause, he has mentioned where in a succeeding clause, that idea is already taken care of. So if we start debating clause by clause, we might end up modeling these things, whereas in a future clause, that thing is already taken care of. So I'll still suggest that we look at each clause and just look at the grammar, look at the legal, look at the punctuation and all that, and do that and move on, so that we might end up getting what we are looking for here at the other end. I think we should restrict ourselves to that.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Yes, as usually.
That is not how committee of the whole works. That is not how we work. But when we look at clause by clause consideration, if we meet it that we have been attended to, we adjust. It's called clause by clause consideration. Yes. You are chairman of Rules and Business, Flatter.
Debating it now, that's the challenge.
I'm not the Flatter. You've been in this position before. Is that what you do in clause and clause?
Debating it.
Chairman, we are doing the right thing. The fact that it came from the bill came from the Senate does not guarantee its passage. We are liberty to approve or even kill the bill here. Yes. So our amendment, what we are doing is right. We have the right to amend whatever we want to amend after we might have passed the bill, which is maybe different from what the Senate did. Then there will be a conference committee of equal numbers to decide on the final act.
This is what I know. This is what I know constitutional report to be. Stop, you are delaying us, chairman rules. Don't pull us back anymore. We are here to do clause by clause consideration. And that means considering everything in each of the clause. We are at liberty to even cancel a clause. We can even say the bill will not go. So don't have the impression that if it's coming from Senate, we should accept it. Hook, line, and sinker, and just look at their grammar and then pass it. No, that is not what we came here to do. Okay? So enough of that explanation. Let's go back to the bill. 6 as amended.
6E. 6E.
6 what?
6E.
6D.
E.
Yes. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, 4 persons representing a variety of interest and broadly representative of a whole federation. I think that's where we should stop.
I don't understand that particular clause. It's a big...
When you said appointed, when you continue to read the whole federation appointed by the Federal Executive Council by the virtue of the University's Miscellaneous Provisions Act of 1993 as amended, I think it's not consistent with what we have been doing in the establishment of rules, universities' laws. Look at it, Mr. Chairman. Just look at it, Mr. Chairman. Read through the lines. You see how clumsy it is.
So what do you want to suggest there? Because I'm thinking that the third person will be making sure that the appointment will have gender element in it, will have disability element in it, maybe you have
That's why
youth element in it, and all that.
it has already been addressed. A variety of interest and broadly representative of the whole federation. Of course, the council is appointed by the president. So why do we have to say Federal Executive Council? Why do we have?
Okay, your problem is the Federal Executive Council.
It's just to stop that E should stop where federation stopped and delete the rest of the words there. For obvious reason, the council is formed by the president.
The word president can replace the Federal Executive Council.
Huh?
The word president
Can say Mr. President after the federation by Mr. President, or leave it there, because we know the council.
I think by Mr. President is better.
We can do that.
Not Federal Executive Council.
Yes, by Mr. President.
Because the President doesn't need to go to Federal Executive Council to make his appointment. So I think it's a good amendment.
Yes.
Any seconder?
Why am I
Yes.
Honorable Akin is my name. I rise to
Still on this one?
amendment.
Well, please wait before you second. Managing the House of Business here.
I want us to take note of that reference to the University Miscellaneous Provisions Act 1993. Apparently, we don't have it offhand as to know the provision, whether that act provided that it should go to Federal Executive Council. Because I don't know why they refer to it in this law.
Even if they made reference to that miscellaneous act, it's standard practice that the president is the head of the Federal Executive Council.
That's why I said
So if you put president there, it suffices.
What if the act itself says Federal Executive Council?
Then that particular miscellaneous act is in error. Because the president has the right to appoint.
Until we amend it, that is still the law. If we have made that law, that is
So do we wait until we see the miscellaneous acts now?
necessary, sir, that we look at it. So
Can you look at the
ask for a
miscellaneous
copy.
acts? Just 1 minute. Get us the university miscellaneous provision under M. That is Act of 1993. Do you have 2004 or 1993? Because they're supposed to have been upgraded. Laws of Federation of Nigeria. Even the way it's cited here, 1993. It's not supposed to be 1993.
Mr. Chairman, if you permit, I will even ask that we step down this bill because the bill is inelegantly crafted.
Honestly speaking.
If you look at other provisions here, 4 persons appointed by the Senate from among its members. Perhaps the Senate is interpreted to mean the University Senate, I don't know. But if you go further, 2 persons appointed by congregation from among its members.
Congregation.
1 person appointed by convocation from amongst its members. Persons to be appointed to the council shall be of proven integrity, knowledgeable, and familiar with the affairs and tradition of the university. We actually need to look at it properly.
I think those registers are in order. Let me hear you, Lalo. Use your microphone, please.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. My honorable colleagues, I remain Honorable Ishaya David Lalu, representing Mambuboko Special Constituency. Mr. Chairman, on 6E, I have one of the University Act here with me, and I read. This one is saying even 4. It's a 4 person representing a variety of interests and broadly representative of the whole federation to be appointed by the president.
By the president?
Yes, to be appointed by the president. So to be appointed by the president is what will be added in this particular clause.
Thank you. Yes. Not Federal Executive Council.
No, to be appointed by the president.
And the issue of, yes, we have congregation, and we have convocation, and we have senate in the university. And all of them are representative in the council. Because it has to do with alumni of the university. They send their own representatives as well. So that one is there as, to me, is sacrosanct.
All right, so that is confirming what Sada Assembly was saying, that it should be president, not Federal Executive Council, as written here.
Yes.
So that one is carried as amended? Carried. So number 7, still on the 6? Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Emeka Chinedu. I represent the hospital which provides is in the federal constituency. Mr. Chairman, on the same 6E, it says 4 persons represent a variety of interests. That's the bogus statement. Can we identify those 4 interests instead of just leaving it open? No, but it's good we define it.
It's dynamic. It could change from time to time. So I think it's in order. Yeah, 6 as carried, as amended. 7. Seven carried. 7. Yes, please.
7, Honorable Isa Muhammad Anka is my name. I don't know whether my observation on 7 is going to take us back. I didn't observe it until now, that each clause having a figure or a number, like clause 7, I think the ideal thing is the sub-clause. The sub-clause should carry a Roman figure or anything. For instance, if you want to make a quotation, are you going to say 77? 77. It will speak. So rather than the same numerical something, I think it's better we use.
That is how it is done in legal drafting. It's section. If you want to now cite this, after now it's no longer to be clause. It's now being referred to sections. At the time of it being a bill, is referred to as clauses. And then after it becomes an act, it will now be called sections. And then these ones which are paragraphs, okay, becomes subsections.
Okay, sir.
And then the next one following the subsection become paragraph.
No, I agree.
So like the paragraphs are always in that Roman figure that I'm mentioning. Like I, and all that. Okay?
Okay.
So it's in order. Right. Thank you. So 7 has carried. 8. I think the standard practice 8 is, please turn off your microphone, Chief. 8 is carried. 9. 9 is carried. 10. 10, yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Right Honorable Dr. Ibrahim Ayapone Iseka, the Forever Federal Constituency, Ogun State. On that 10, because there's this issue that this seemingly protracted issue we've been trying to address, and it has occurred under this 10. It's not a private university. It's a federal government university. And there is nowhere under this section for funding that is mentioned that federal government will have anything to do. That's even by appropriation by the National Assembly. Nowhere is mentioned where it's going to be their source of fund, apart from donations, grants in need, etc. The import of this is that this university cannot benefit from anything appropriation.
How about subventions?
It's not subvention. Is not an appropriation. It's not an appropriation from.
Where does subventions come from?
That's from the federal
In
government.
G, number G.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, that's directly from the federal government, as if it's a department. They want to issue, give money to them. And if you check every other act, especially the new establishment these days, it has always been expressly stated. So if you run through, Mr. Chairman, from that 10A to H, I, nowhere is mentioned.
Consists of the following, not limited to this following. And also, if you go down, you see 2. Part 2, 10, 1, and then 10, 2. Says the general fund shall be applied for the purposes of the university. I don't know the interpretation clause, if they mention anything about general fund, but I'm thinking that the general fund is the one that is budgeted for.
Mr. Chairman,
The word there, general fund, shall be applied. That general fund, is it not the one coming from government?
Mr. Chairman, sir, in all our acts, all establishment acts, for MDAs, even universities, even many of the universities, which they can check, it is always there. When it gets to funding, it's always stated that money
From federation account
has been appropriated by the National Assembly or from the federal government. That is omitted here. And by law, nobody can allocate any general fund to them from the appropriation. They cannot be appropriated for. If this slides, the way it is, Mr. Chairman, sir. Thank you.
So what are you proposing as amendments?
If we can still to put life to it, the amendment is to now include the last paragraph after the I, then that's part of the source of fund as may be appropriated by the National Assembly.
Funds as may be appropriated by the National Assembly.
Yes.
So it becomes I.
Yes, that will be J. G-H-I, that will be J.
D?
J, I-J.
Okay, J.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, sir. Juliet.
Any seconder to this amendment? Yes, Honorable Sada.
Mr. Chairman, with due respect to the...
Are you seconding or are you against? You can't be on the fence. You can't be on the fence.
Mr. Chairman, I'm trying to polish his own argument.
Okay, let's hear you.
Mr. Chairman, it's a given in the law that this is a public institution. It's not a private institution. Therefore, it will be funded by public funds.
An assumption?
It's a given. It's a given.
The law does not work with assumptions.
Mr. Chairman, Lalu, go to the Act of the Universities. You will see this provision. Mr. Chairman, most of these provisions are copy and paste. These are standard drafting for establishment of public institutions, because it is a given that these institutions will be funded through public means. But
no, don't say they are copy.
I'm coming to this, what it means by funds. Because we must make laws how the university will manage, how they generate funds or funds that come through the university. Of course, there is a financial regulation and financial instruction how they manage public funds. But how do they manage grants, aids, or fees they charge?
So what are you proposing for?
I think there is no need for us to include this, his proposal, because it's a given this university will be funded through public funds, but they have sources of other funds. And this is what this law is addressing. Mr. Chairman, we have the same law here, again, it's the same provision.
And there is no source of fund?
Yes. It's the same law. And
they are making mistakes.
All this, no, Mr. Chairman, let's finish this law. You will see that this university, I don't want us to get there. You see this university is funded by public funds.
Okay. If it's there. Then we'll keep the amendment in abeyance as we read through. If it's been taken care of, why not? If not, observation, Mr. Chairman. I asked you a question when you were making intervention on Abu Isiaka, and I referred to G, and I asked you, what is subvention? I asked you that question. When you say there is no money from government, if you go to the Oxford dictionary, it says subvention is a grant of money, especially from the government.
I'm persuaded and so convinced with what I'm talking about. As the former chairman, House Committee on National Planning, Budget and Economic Development, part of the assignments given to us, out of 1,300 MDAs we have in this country, about 700 of them, they did not have this section.
For funding?
Yes. It has been a phenomenon.
I think so.
And it's a serious gap even by the National Assembly. If it is not included that you should appropriate for them, it's just because at the end of the day, by section 82 or 83, once a bill once from the bill migrates to the Act of Parliament, it has covered it that yes, provisions were made. Otherwise, we have about 700 agencies. And I'm speaking with background of truth. And if I could be excused from here, I will go and bring about 4 acts, and I'll present it here. You see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I've seen that before, actually. I've seen that.
So if we've been making these mistakes in the past, and then we may want to fund a university by public fund, it should be expressly.
Well, Honorable Sada said, as we proceed, that we'll see where it is specifically mentioned. So let's keep your proposal in abeyance until that. You know what I like Committee of the Whole. This is where the power of the mind comes to work. This is where we analyze issues. This is the real legislative work, lawmaking. When you say one of the functions of a legislator is to make law, do a representative function and oversight function. When it comes to lawmaking, it's this. And you've seen there are very few here. But the real lawmakers are those who sit down and craft the laws. So that when it comes up and they ask you to explain why you made that law in a particular way, all these arguments happening here will be, play a good role in defining the purposive interpretation of any of the sections. What the legislator had in mind when they were crafting this. So I don't play with this team here. You've been raising your hand since more. Can I hear you?
Thank you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, in legal drafting, there's always the need for consistency.
Please speak with the mic that I can hear you.
I say in legal drafting, there's always the need for consistency. And looking at it, this is the part 2 that makes specific provisions on how the university in issue should be funded. Whether or not that is aligning with Honorable Isiaka, my position is to support his opinion on this. We should make specific provisions, yes, on it. Whether it is in somewhere else, but then for consistency, since this is the specific provision dealing with funding, we will say that this university should be funded, and then we can couch it subject to what National Assembly has to do in terms of appropriation. And if you go down to where Your Excellency the Chairman cited as general fund is specific. Of course, it is defined clearly by the provision here, the introductory provision, which says that there shall be a general fund. So the general fund hearing is limited to the ones listed as 10(1) sub A, B, C, till I. So we need to make specific
without any extra?
Yes, sir.
Except this one listed on this one?
Yes, sir. So it's restrictively used, and we need to make specific provisions for it.
because this is the part that deals with funding.
Thank you. For me, I really think we are not losing anything by specifically mentioning, funds appropriated by National Assembly. I don't think we are losing anything, so that they will not go and struggle. Somebody can take them to court tomorrow and say, what did he say in the Establishment Act that was supposed to be funded by federal government? And what is the court going to do? If somebody takes this decision to court and says there is no way in your Establishment Act that says that funds should come from appropriation to fund you, now you are getting money from appropriation, and that they can't defend it. You just assume that as a federal institution it ought to be so.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have looked at this. What we are trying to do here is an act to establish a federal university. From tradition, most of the federal university have been appropriated for through Federal Ministry of Education. Why must we specify for this? All the appropriation to all federal universities are done through the Ministry of Federal.
I can hardly hear you, Honorable.
What I am saying that what we are trying to establish here is
Chairman, sit down.
Is a federal university.
Chairman, rules of business. Take your seat. If you are elected, you won't sit down when we are discussing rules. The chair says sit down. And Chief Whip, you have to do your job. The committee of the whole does not mean that the plenary is over. Doesn't mean that you are not allowed. We should be having side discussions when consideration of the report is going on. Please. Thank you. Thank you. Please go ahead, leader.
Mr. Chairman, what I want to draw us attention on, that we are trying to establish a federal university. From history and from our deliberations here, we've always appropriated fund to all the federal universities through the Federal Ministry of Education. To add this here specifically will negate all we have been doing over time. I therefore suggesting that it's not necessary to specify it particularly for this university.
Are you saying that all our appropriation has only been for Ministry of Education? Not the universities don't have budget.
To universities through Federal Ministry of Education shape our budget.
Okay. I think we have deliberated much on this. On the issue of this creating a specific line for budgets. Let me hear you communicate and then we'll round up.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dear colleagues, I've listened with rapt attention to the debate that is ongoing about this creating a specific clause for funding, and to specifically say that we should include appropriation from the National Assembly. I doubt it. I'm not saying this with all authority, but I doubt if you go into any of our establishment bills for tertiary institutions where we see this insertion that we're trying to put in. The chairman, you specifically said it, and is apt, that what does subvention mean? And you went ahead and defined subvention from probably a dictionary meaning or a literal meaning. I know that I have served in 2 councils before of university and college of education. I've never seen in any of the law or in any of the gazettes where specifically is stated. What I'm saying in essence is that for now, you have said, let's put this in abeyance for us to cross-check our facts. But in the interim, the clause that talks about subvention will subsist if in the other plans that it is not so. But I think that this will be alien to all our establishment bills for tertiary institutions. Thank you.
I think we have to move ahead. We have to move ahead on this. Clause 7 as amended. Clause 10, as amended. Clause 11. 12. Clause 12. 13. 13. Any issue with 13? Carried. 14. 15. 15 carried. 16. Those are basics. 17. 18. 19. 20. 'Is the chairman and the deputy chairman of the Rules and Business in the House? Is the chairman and the deputy chairman of the Rules and Business in the House? I'd rather see him, if not so, the leader will have to investigate why he was asked to take his seat and he walked out on the House. If not so, by tomorrow it is going to rules and it's going to ethics and privilege. There must be discipline in this House. We cannot be doing consideration of report. The chairman of Rules and Business is not in the House and the deputy chairman is not in the House. I'll be asking ethics and privilege to look at it if they don't come back to their seats before the end of this section. This is a parliament. 20. During consideration of report, either of them must be seated to guide the House. 21.
Chairman, sir.
Yes.
With all due respect, if you grant me that indulgence to apply that we rescind the resolution on 18, because I just spotted something that ought to have changed.
Please say that again, I can do here.
See, if I can have your indulgence to rescind the resolution that we carried, section 18, because I just spotted something.
Okay, move so that we can rescind.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Dr. Patrick Umar. I represent the Ikoroekpene Federal Constituency. I move that we rescind the earlier resolution on section 18 of this bill. I so move.
Any seconder? Yes, please.
Mr. Chairman, honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Dennis Namo Diagbo. I represent Igbo North today in the federal constituency. Mr. Chairman, I'm from Enugu State. I rise to second the motion by my honorable colleague that will resign the decision on section 18 so that we can reconsider it. I so second.
Yeah, before I put the question, let's hear the amendment before we rescind. What of if it's not in order? We will not.
Oh, thank you, sir. If you look at, let me draw your attention, sir, to the provision of section 18, sub 2. The Vice Chancellor may, in a case of misconduct by a member of the staff, which in the opinion of the Vice Chancellor is prejudicial to the interests of the university, suspend such member, and any such suspension shall be forthwith be reported to the council. Now, that concentrates so much powers on the Vice Chancellor, leaves him to discretion, wide discretion, and all he does is to report to council. So I'd rather we have it that such suspension be ratified by council. Otherwise, the Vice Chancellor will become a tyrant. I understand this system, sir, and I'm raising this advisedly because I'm coming from there to the National Assembly. So if you allow the Vice Chancellor to have such powers, he will just on his own suspend anybody he likes. He can suspend even the bursar, suspend anybody, and just report to council.
Okay, let me hear people's.
I'm sure Professor Ongere, he knows what I'm saying because he's from that same system.
Professor, yes. Let me hear, Ohambra is your uncle. You want him to support you.
We came from the same structure. He understands what I mean.
Okay, let me Beefy first.
My brother come from the structure, but we were educated by that structure. And what we're talking is basic things.
What we're talking about here is basic principle. You cannot concentrate so much power in one individual. There's always a right to be heard. And that is why you actually have disciplinary committees and things like that. You cannot, by the wave of the hand, give the Vice Chancellor power. Maybe he does not like the color of your skirt and believes you should be suspended. And by the wave of hand, just goes ahead to do that. So no, I believe to me, there should even be an investigation before suspension. But requesting that it be ratified, I believe is equally in order. But we cannot just give one individual oversweeping powers. That's my submission.
Yeah. I don't think anybody has contrary opinion to this amendment. Do you? Okay, let me hear you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Chairman, I think that what it needs is a bit of an amendment. But in the university, it's like a country. The president has a power, overriding power in certain aspects. But in the university, you have the deans. So those things have to pass through the dean before getting to the vice chancellor. It is when those things are beyond the dean's purview, that's when it starts going to the Vice Chancellor's own. So it just may be additional clauses into the same clause 18 before that's one. I think the Vice Chancellor must also give him an overview of the university.
Okay, I put it to vote. Those in support of this amendment. Prof want to say something. Yes, Prof.
Just to a little clarification, I think what my colleague there is saying is that we may say subject to recommendations from either the departmental and or faculty disciplinary committee. In every university, departments and faculties have disciplinary committees, and they must go through that process before it gets to the VC, who must report to council. Council is the final arbiter. And that's why elections to councils are usually very, very...
So you are in support of what is there as it is?
No, we can put an amendment there because it's not there now to say that subject to the recommendations of the departmental and or faculty I have had cause as head of department to investigate a staff. He wasn't satisfied with the report on that departmental committee, and we took it to the faculty committee. And the faculty committee sent it to the VC, who suspended it, but the council revised it. So I think it's just,
Okay.
I understand the point Mo is raising.
Okay, let's hear Honorable Folato. You know, when a bill is drafted well, it doesn't give a lot of headache. When it's not drafted, it's giving us a lot of...
Mr. Chairman, only councils have the power to hire and fire. When a staff is being disciplined, the procedure is that, first of all, there's query. The said staff must be queried. There must be 3 queries. And queries are not served by the head of the department. Queries are served by a registrar. The head of the department only lays complaint about a particular conduct of a staff. You answer the query. If after 3 queries there is no satisfactory answer and it warrants, the matter warrants dismissal or suspension, then that person's appear.
Deputy Chairman rules our business. Sit in front there. Take over that seat. Go ahead.
That person appears before the council disciplinary committee, which recommends either suspension or outright dismissal. So there are procedures. Queries 1, 2, 3. Queries are also answered. They are all issued by the registrar. Not by the head of department.
All right, thank you. So we are saying that the amendment of Patrick Omo is in order.
Yes, it is.
It's all right. So we say we can now rescind. Motion has been moved and it has been seconded. Those in support say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Now we are now, with that decision, take the amendment as proposed by Patrick Omo. Any seconder to that motion? You have been seconded by Befi. I think you spoke before. And let me ask the question. Those in support of this amendment say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. So we now have 18 as amended carried, 19 carried, 20 carried, 21 carried. So that's where we were. Is just miscellaneous and general carried. Restriction and disposal of land by university carried. 23, quorum carried. Carried. 24, appointment of committee carried. 25, retiring age carried. This is saying university lecturers, academic staff 70 years. And other academic staff 65 years. Carried. 26, carried. On pension of professors, carried. 27, carried. 28. $29?
27, sir.
We'll pass that now. I want us to go back again. It's transfer of land of university.
27, because you say academic staff and other academic staff, instead of non-academic staff.
I think it's typo. Error. So the water cleaning, they'll handle it. We're on 28, right? 28 carried. 29? 30, 30, 31. First schedule, explanatory memorandum, long title of the bill. The fourth bill to be considered is for an act to establish federal university in Okigwe, Imo State, to make comprehensive provision for its due management, administration of related matters. Leader, over to you. 1 minute synopsis.
Mr. Chairman, I think this is just like the one we just finished, the Senate Bill, SB 396, Establishment of Federal University of Okigwe, Imo State. And I think looking through the provisions as the sections listed there, the various objectives of the institution, it is exactly the same.
The same thing. So, mutatis mutandi.
I recommend that.
Mutatis mutandi and the amendment we made in the other bill. Carried. The fifth bill to be considered is for an act to establish Nigerian Police Force Training Institution to serve as high-level centers for the provision of professional training and for related matters. And I invite Honorable Julius Ihonvere to give synopsis of this bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Professor Julius Ihonvere, Owan Federal Constituency, Edo State. I'm happy to present this again because I remember this came before us and we had a very robust conversations. Essentially, this bill, which is actually long overdue, is to strengthen the police establishment, to increase professionalism, efficiency, and effectiveness as listed there, to bring our police up to the global standards as much as possible, and upgrade the capacity of the police to deliver on their mission of not just protection but service. But also provide training centers across the country, but provide a uniform standard for the training so that the police you encounter in Abia State is the same one you encounter in Kaduna State, and so on and so forth. I think this is a very good bill. We should look at it and give it consideration. It is designed to strengthen the police force, improve comprehensive or holistic security in the country, and provide for the safety of our peoples. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I think it's straightforward. The clauses are 25 in number, including the schedule and the long title of the bill. So let's go. Clause 1, Clause 2, Clause 3, Clause 4, Clause 4, Clause 5, Clause 6, I said Clause 6. Which page is Clause 6? Oh, you don't have it? No, serious. Why?
What is 50? You know, it's very bulky. Let them share.
You don't have it? We have to step this thing down. We may have to step it down. I think we have to step it down. If it's not with members, we can't consider it. So, Deputy Chairman, Rules and Business, move that we step this bill down. Yes, please. What is the observation?
The observation is on the highlight earlier offered by the...
With the microphone.
Yes. I know this bill has been lingering for a long period of time. And considering the fact that maybe it is bulky, but notwithstanding, we can still go ahead to consider it because it has been here for long, Mr. Chairman.
But that's the reason why she's elected.
Anyway, it's not a big deal, Mr. Chairman. We can bring it tomorrow, no problem. And that's what I'm saying. We can bring it tomorrow, no problem.
You know, things must be done properly. We have a standing tradition here that members must have copies of the bill before you consider it. So please make sure that it's available by tomorrow and list it again for us to do it tomorrow. Okay? So can you now move that we step it down? Put your microphone on, please.
The bill should be stepped down for the next legislative day.
And be lifted tomorrow.
Tomorrow, inshallah, God's willing.
Bill, step down by the leave of the House. The report to be considered is that of the Committee of Health and Health Institutions on the bill for an act to establish National Institute for Cardiovascular Disease Research and Treatment, Kano State, to provide treatment and research for cardiovascular cases and for related matters, and that of Patrick O'Neill to give the synopsis of the report. 1 minute synopsis, 1 minute. Put on your mic. Give the synopsis of the report that we are going to consider.
Thank you, the chairman. I rise to give a brief synopsis of this bill that it seeks to establish the National Institute for Cardiovascular Disease Research and Treatment. And the functions include to provide specialist services, matters in connection with the diagnosis and treatment of cardiovascular diseases, and to coordinate with donor or experts across the world in consultation with the Minister of State. Mr. Chairman, this bill is very ideal for our country to improve medical health care services and the provisions that are enshrined in the new bill. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Patrick O'Neill, PhD. The report has 23 clauses. The schedule, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Clause 1, Clause 2, Clause 3, Clause 3, Clause 4, Clause 5, Do you have the report? How many reports do you have? They have reports now. This one, the report is there. The report is there. Please be patient. Let's not drop this one. This one is health institution. Let's not drop this one, please. It's Kano State disease come. Okay.
But can we continue, sir?
Yeah?
Are we continuing?
Yeah, we are continuing.
Okay, Fred, please, Chairman, protect me.
You are protected.
Mr. Chairman, I remember Anshetima Ali representing Bursari Doremi, Sarifere constituency. I'm from Ibisesa. I think I'm talking on clause 4, the management board, sir. Section 1, subsection B, D, I mean, 2, okay, sorry, C, 4 persons broadly representative of the whole federation and representing a variety of interests who shall be appointed by the president representation of 6 geopolitical zones. We are talking of 4 persons, whereas we are talking of the 6 geopolitical zones. I think this should be.
That is clause what?
That is clause 4, 41C. 41C. 4 persons. It should be 6. When we are talking of the 6 geopolitical zone in the country.
I don't know what they are drafting in this thing.
That's my observation, sir. It's supposed to be 6.
So let's amend 4. 4 as amended? 6 instead of 4, 6. 4 as amended? Carry. Yes?
You have used your gavel.
Your mic is on and you're going to another mic.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and their colleagues. If we change that to 6, you find out that in all establishment bills for tertiary institutions, they are not 6. They are always 4. So, and if we are talking about representation of all the geopolitical zones, at the discretion of Mr. President, if he appoints 4 from this location, he could appoint. So, changing it to 6 will not be in tandem with the other establishment bills for tertiary institutions. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. But you know, this one, geopolitical zones were mentioned. And we don't have 4 geopolitical zones, we have 6 geopolitical zones. So, we'll leave it as carried already. So, 5, 6, 7, 8, yes.
Is a deletion, Mr. Chairman. 81 line 2, after the word from, delete his. Subject to the provisions of this section, the Director General shall be appointed or removed from office by Mr. President. We should delete that his. The his, the word his. You understand what I mean? It makes the drafting. It's not elegant anyway.
Yeah. I think it's okay. So 8 as amended. Correct. 9. Appointment of staff. That is straightforward. Carried. 10. Composition of Education Committee. Carried. Carried. Functions 11. Functions of Education Training Committee. Carried. 12. Carried. You should respond so that we know how the gavel will go. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Discipline of students. Can you study that, please? Okay, 17 carried? Yes. Yes, can I hear from you?
Yeah, thank you very much. Chairman, I think that just a typo issue. 17 is discipline of students, which is the section.
So I can hear you.
Here they say one says subject to the provisions of these sections. It's supposed to be section and not sections, I think so.
Provision of these sections. So we have to change these as in singular to these as in plural.
Yes.
And then leave the sections as they are, because it's referring to all the sections I mentioned before now.
We are talking about discipline of students.
And the provision specific on discipline.
It is the provisions.
Okay, that particular section, yeah?
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Oh, yeah, so it's... No, it's only one section. This section. He's right. Provisions of this section. No sections. It's in order. The correction is in order. That is a typo. It's supposed to be subject to the provisions of this section. Yes. Provisions of this section. So we remove X, typo. Yes.
Mr. Chairman, for the Secretary to pay more attention, there's a preponderance of this kind of mistakes in this bill. This.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So many typos.
So,
please, Secretary, take notes.
So they should take note, read the bill.
Take notes. Some of these bills coming from the other side, we need to be more, you know. Okay, 17, you want something to say?
Typo in the second line, without prejudice.
No, we have said generally all typos, they should correct it. They should just read the grammar and correct the typo. Okay? So 17 as amended? 17. Yes, 17? Yes.
Still 17, the entire bill. Let me start with 2. 17 is talking about discipline of students. It says where a direction is given under subsection 1, C and D, which is rustication or expulsion of the student. This section, in respect of any student, the student may within the prescribed period and in the prescribed manner appeal from the directive of the board. But if we look at 1 here, it's talking about the powers of the Director General, not the board. It says subject to the provisions of this section where it appears to the Director General that any student of this institution has been guilty of misconduct. Although I would suggest gross misconduct, he may, without prejudice to any other disciplinary powers conferred on him by regulation, direct A, B, C, D. And then 2 is now referring to directive of the board, not the Director General. Now, if you also go to...
where the direction was given under 17(1)(c) or D?
1C or D. 1C or D is still subject to 1, which says that the Director General.
Okay, what is the amendment you are proposing?
If the intention is to say that the student can appeal from the directive of the Director General to a board, it should be stated very clearly. Prescribed in the manner appeal from the directive of the Director General to the board, if there is any disciplinary board that has been set up.
But they said within the prescribed period and in the prescribed manner, appeal, the students may appeal from the directive of the board and where such
directive of the board. What I'm saying is that directive is that of the Director General, because we gave the powers to the Director General to make that directive, not the board. Perhaps the intention is that students can appeal from the directive of that DG to a board, but it's not clear here. If you also
okay, you are saying that it's ambiguity.
Yes. Not just ambiguity, it is not correct the way it is couched. The reference is to.
So what you are saying that we should remove from the directives of the board?
Yes, sir.
And in the prescribed manner, appeal, then you remove from the directive of the board. Is that what they're saying? Or you want to remove the board and put DG?
You can appeal from the directive of the DG to the board.
So to DG. So you remove board there, directives of the DG. So the board will be replaced by DG.
Yes.
I think the intention is to
and it should be appeal from the directive of the DG to the board.
To the board, yes, sir. So that the board can cause an inquiry. And then sub 7 also says nothing in this session shall affect provision of.
So you mean we are deleting, and where such an appeal is brought, we delete it. We delete them. That is superfluous. So it will now read, in the prescribed manner, appeal from the directive of the DG to the board, comma, the board shall
cause inquiry.
After causing inquiry to be made in the manner as the board considers appropriate.
Either confirm or set aside the direction or modify it in such manner as the board thinks fit. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that is okay.
Yes, sir. Then 7 says nothing in this section shall affect the provision of any enactment related
7 what?
Sub 7. Is referring to medical practitioners, pharmacists, nurses, or other members of any other profession or calling. I don't know how that relates to the discipline of students. Perhaps it was copied from another law.
Nothing in this section.
We need to look at it to clean it out.
Okay, I think they have a special disciplinary measures for medical students and pharmacists, nurses. Are they treating
these ones are not even students. This says discipline of medical practitioners, pharmacists, nurses, or other members of any other profession or calling.
No, but you know, as a research institute, now you have medical doctors working there. There's a research institute and treatment. This is research. It's a cardiovascular disease research and treatment.
Yes, sir.
So which means it presupposes that there are professionals.
The heading is discipline of students. The heading, this section is on discipline of students.
Oh, of students, you are right. Not staff. So that 7 is not necessary.
It's misplaced. I'm sure there is somewhere that it should be.
I think it's that's a good observation. Any contrary view to that? Because the student is not okay unless if you do a deeper diving, there are students who before coming to study there have already become pharmacists. They're already medical doctors. They're already pharmacists before coming into that research center.
But as students.
But they are students at the relevant time. They are students. But if they commit anything that is punishable by the disciplinary measures of the school, that would be one. But that it should not conflict with their professional disciplinary measures. So they will receive 2. If they are students, they go against this. In line with this, their disciplinary measure, they'll be punished. And then that should not in any way stop them from receiving the punishment from the disciplinary measures of their profession as pharmacists and as medical doctors. Do you think that is what they are thinking about when they did this? Okay, that one is on 18.
18 is now.
18 has already taken care of that. Oh, yeah, you are right.
And then 19 is discipline of junior staff.
Okay, okay, it's all right. Let's hear from you.
Section 17.
Are we dealing with this one he's raised now?
Yeah. Just where you say, may appeal from the directive. I think may appeal against the directive, not from the directive.
May appeal against
the directive of the board, of the DG as amended by him. To the board, yeah.
I think you would have, I thought you wanted to make contribution on this disciplinary of students and professionals.
Yeah, I also want to
come to that one. That is, we will come to that. Let us conclude on 17. Are we expunging 17? 17.
I don't want to ask that we completely expunge it, but I would prefer that we refer it back to the committee. Let them look at it. I think it's misplaced where it is located.
What are you proposing? We can't just say refer to them.
Well,
we can't just say that.
Ordinarily, I would say that
because we are not stepping down the bill.
I will ask that sub 7 be deleted.
That is what I was asking you to do.
As we go further, we'll look at any other section where we can.
We are deleting it because there is no relevance
between the
subheading that has to do with students and the professionals mentioned there. There is no nexus between them. Okay, explain the nexus.
Mr. Chairman, in every university, the professional bodies come to register you, and you become members even as a student. And if you, on the course of your study, you've done anything against the ethics of that profession, you will be punished by the professional bodies, whereby you are denied registration or other things. And in this case, most of these bodies are going to be both postgraduates and undergraduates. So they are actually most of them will be members of medical practitioners as pharmacists, as nurses, or members of those professional bodies, even as a member.
So are you saying as students, they're already medical practitioners?
Of course, and
they are referred to as pharmacists?
Yes, because some of them are also postgraduates, or going to be postgraduates too.
Unless they are, like I said here before, unless the argument is that the people who are in this specialist school, before they enroll, were already qualified medical practitioners, nurses, or pharmacists, which could happen. It could be a specialist training, which they are coming there to do that cardiovascular training, a specialist program. As at the time they are coming into that school, they're already members of their professional bodies. If you present that argument and saying that, granted that they are students, they're not conceding that they are being students means that they were not professionals before they became students, then the punishment given to them by this act will not stop them from receiving the punishment from their professional bodies. If you can present that argument, then this will suffice.
That's the meaning.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But the argument now is that the following page you have 18 that handles removal and discipline of clinical, administrative, and technical staff. But that one is staff. It's not. We're talking about students.
As part of the hospital and specialist services.
A part of what?
Specialist services.
That's what I'm saying. So my argument is good. So that is the argument. My argument is this, that these are professionals who are now students and they'll be punished twice.
Yeah.
Both by the student as allowed by the Act and by their own disciplinary measures as allowed by their professional bodies. Isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Good. Wow, today is really tough day.
If the source students can be punished by the institution and by their professional bodies, then we should take care of the fact that there's issue of double jeopardy here.
Is it what?
Double jeopardy.
Double jeopardy. It's not double jeopardy.
Yeah.
You see, let me tell you why it's not double jeopardy. For example, now, if I go to the school to do a master's degree program or PhD, okay? I'm a lawyer, and I belong to MBA. I'm a member of MBA. Now, I have my rule, the disciplinary measures mapped out. There are certain things I can't do. If while enrolled in that school, I offend those issues that are actually offensive to MBA regulation, MBA will not say because you're a student, the school has punished you. It's enough. No. They will still let you know that you went against our rules. So the professional body will punish you as a professional, the student body will punish you as a student. So it's not double jeopardy. I mean, you're not under any bondage to be a member of the professional body as a student. So if you choose to submit yourself to the this thing, then it applies. Yes.
Thank you for the opportunity. I think that even when the professional body will punish you, how are they going to pick the information? There must be a system by which the school will transmit your offense before they can pick it.
Yes.
They can't just pick it because you committed an offense in the school. Yeah, there must be the school punished you, and then they heard it in the street, and then they invite you and punish you. It doesn't happen that way.
There must be a record.
And those provisions are not here. And so I think it's important that we carefully study this report before we deal with it. Otherwise, I'm sure that we'll be
almost done. Patrick Omar, please, are you listening to your report? The conversation is on your report. And I want you to follow through. Because they almost move now to drop it. So that's why I have to pay attention when your report is being considered. Sir, Abedi, we have gone far. Okay? We are on 17 now, remaining 1 or 2 and we'll be done. All we are saying is whether or not 17.7 should stay or go. And what we are doing is rubbing our mind, to see what is going to make it stay, what were they thinking when they drafted it. And I think we have cracked it by saying that, it should stay because this is a professional body that professionals can come and do specialist programs. So on the basis of that particular 17.7 is addressing them. I think it's okay for you. Listen. Yes, Maimba, you want to say something?
Very well. Mr. Chair, distinguished colleagues, the definition of a student is somebody who is studying in university. That is all. That is the definition of a student. Be it a professional or non-professional. If you are a student, if you violate the rule, you should be punished. And your professional body as an accountant, I will be punished. That is exactly in line with what you are saying. There is just no need to overflow this issue. Let us just take this as you appropriately do.
No, but that's what we are saying here. We are saying professionals still go to school, Yes, yeah. Professionals go to school. So when they go to school, if you offend the school will punish you, and then the professional body will also punish you.
That is what I'm saying. I say, no matter if you're a professional, an accountant, a pharmacist, whatever, goes to a school, he becomes a student. Therefore, if he offends, he will be punished by the school as a student.
Yes.
And he can be punished as a professional.
Got it.
Therefore, the definition of student.
So 17 has carried?
Carried.
Got it. As amended, 17 as amended.
There is still something. After 7. I think there should.
We amended 17 now. You know, when we spoke about the directive from the DG, that was the amendment that he suggested.
Yes, sir. After 7, the next one should be 8. We should number it under this section. 17 by adding 17(8). Under this section should be another subsection. Under this section, there is a need to make provision for fair hearing with sufficient notice.
I don't understand. Are you saying we should add 8?
Yes, sir. That should be 8.
And then do what?
That should be 8, and then to also amend it by removing the V, that is Roman figure 5.
I'm not understanding.
Okay, sir. From page 7, the last line on page 7. The last line on page 7 should be another subsection.
Oh, okay, number. Left 17, 8.8. Oh, okay.
It should be another
Okay, I
subsection.
get it now. I think I hear you clearly now.
And page 8, that's the next page.
Yes.
Should stop at 18.1. We delete A and Roman figure 5. Because 18.1 talks about the procedure for the fair hearing. And there is no sub 5 as contained there.
Okay, we should remove Roman figure 5.
Yes, sir. A5 should go. It should just be 18.1.
Okay. So 17 has amended?
Correct.
Yeah. 18? 19? 20? 21? 22? 23? 23? Shadows? Explanatory memorandum, the long title of the bill. House Leader, kindly move that we revert to plenary to adopt.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I rise to move that the House will resort to plenary and for the chairman to report to the committee of the whole.
Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Chairman, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion. I so second.
Before I put the question, I want to thank you for the robust debate, analysis of this bill. This is how it's supposed to be in committee of the whole. And it's in the time, like I mentioned last time, the era of carried. That era is gone. So now we do critical analysis. So rules and business, please. Always limit the number of reports to be considered to enable us have a thorough look on all the bills that we are pushing out. We don't want the president to throw the bills back to us because of one typo error or one grammar or one that error. We will not be embarrassed like that again. So if the mistake is made by us, we'll correct it. If it's made by the Senate, we'll correct it. Again, let me put the question, those who support that they have about the plenary to report progress, say aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. The House hereby reverts to plenary to report progress. It is the chairman's report from the Committee of the Whole, where the Committee of the Whole considered report on bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act, Cap A12, Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004, as amended to make provisions for establishment of Federal College of Agriculture and Animal Husbandry, Talase, Gombe State, and for related matters. And approve clauses 1 to 3, the schedule, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. It is the chairman's report that the House in Committee of the Whole consider the report on the bill for an act to amend the Federal University of Agriculture Act, CAP F22, Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004, to make provision for the establishment of Federal University of Agriculture, Okero, Oyo State, and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 3, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. It is the chairman's report that the Committee of the Whole consider the report on the bill for an act to establish the Federal University of Science and Technology, Kano State, to make provisions for the due management and administration and for related matters. And approve clauses 1 and 2 as amended, approve clauses 3 to 5, approve clause 6 as amended, approve clauses 7 to 9, approve clause 10 as amended, approve clauses 11 to 17, approve clause 18 as amended, approve clauses 19 to 31, the schedule, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. This is the chairman's report that the House and the Committee of the Whole consider the report on the bill for an act to establish Federal University of Imo State to make comprehensive provision for its due management, administration, and for related matters. And approve clauses 1 and 2 as amended, approve clauses 3 to 5, approve clause 6 as amended, approve clauses 7 to 9, approve clause 10 as amended, approve clauses 11 to 17, approve clause 18 as amended, approve clauses 19 to 31, the schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Most distinguished colleagues, this is the chairman's report that the House and Committee of the Whole consider the report on the bill for an act to establish Nigerian Police Force training institutions to serve as high-level centers for the provisions of professional training and for related matters, and step down consideration of report for further legislative action. Most distinguished colleagues, the House and Committee of the Whole consider the report of the Committee on Health Institutions on the bill for an act to establish National Institute for Cardiovascular Disease Research and Treatment Center, Kano State, to provide treatment and research for cardiovascular cases and for related matters. And approve clauses 1 to 3, approve clause 4 as amended, approve clauses 5 to 7, approve clause 8 as amended, approve clauses 9 to 16, approve clause 17 as amended, approve clauses 18 to 23, approve the schedule, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. There's an announcement here that is coming from the committee. Can I have it? Is coming from the House Committee on HIV/AIDS, Tuberculosis, Leprosy, and Malaria Control, and is signed by Right Honorable Amobi. Notification of the relaunch of the Nigerian Parliamentary TV Caucus and invitation to honorable members to join the caucus. I'd like to notify the Right Honorable Speaker of the relaunch of Nigerian Parliamentary TV Caucus on March 26, 2025 at the House of Representatives Conference Room 028. You will recall that the TB Parliamentary Caucus was first launched March 22nd, 2018 during the 8th Assembly, where the Secretariat is hosted by Stop TB Partnership Nigeria, which works closely with the Global TB Caucus and other key stakeholders to advocate for legislation and domestic resources mobilization for TB against other things. The Global TB Caucus exists to raise political profile of tuberculosis, which kills more people every year than any other infectious disease. Members of the caucus work collectively and individually to tackle the epidemic and press for action at global, national, and subnational level to meet SDG goals to end TB by 2030. This relaunch will re-energize and reinvigorate the collective will of the Nigerian Parliament in mobilizing domestic resources and awareness to the TB response in Nigeria. We will be grateful to the Honorable Speaker to graciously announce the event on the floor of the Raleigh Chamber, which we are doing now. And this is signed by Honorable Amobi. I actually encourage members to join this caucus. I'm a member of that caucus. I joined in 2019 and also have won award on TB through this caucus. It gives you a great exposure what the world is doing about TB. So I encourage members to join this TB caucus. Leader, please move. Even though I wanted us to leave here by 1, but due to the debate we had on the consideration of report, we are now going to leave any moment from now. But not before you move for us to adopt the report of the Committee of the Whole as a working instrument of the House. Can you move, please?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I rise to move that the House do adopt the reports from the Committee of the Whole as effectively rendered by Mr. Speaker and adopt them as working documents.
Thank you, Leader of Leaders. Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The report of the Committee of the Whole is hereby adopted as a working instrument of the Parliament. Leader, again, please move that we adjourn till tomorrow, same time, same place.
Thank you, the great Speaker. I rise to move that the House do adjourn plenary to tomorrow, Thursday, 27th, a great day. Same time, 11 a.m. and same venue.
Thank you. Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion that the House will stand adjourned to tomorrow. I so second.
Thank you. Before I put the question, let me publicly commend the Leader of the House and the Minority Leader of the House. It's not easy to sit here every day from morning till night, from morning to the end of section. You've really shown exemplary leadership in the way you have tried to hold the ground for the minority, making sure that, and also hold the majority. It's not about doing the job, it's about being serious with the job that you're given. And I must commend you. The House is impressed the way you take your job seriously. Having said so, motion for adjournment has been moved. It's been seconded. Those in support of this say aye. Those against say nay. The nays will stay, and we who are saying the aye will go. I also commend all of you who have stayed till 2:30. Thank you very much. So the ayes will stay and the nays will go. The House is adjourned till tomorrow. See you here tomorrow again. Thank you very much.